Oh, okay. Good morning. We are a bit thirsty and a little hungry, and we woke up just when I wanted to. Fantastic. It would be nice to be able to cook. We're not going to worry too much about that at the moment. I just want to have some water for now. And then we need to come back here and check lake gunshots. It said that we were supposed to come back in the morning. Well, it's morning. There's nothing left in here that I really want. I mean, we could break some stuff up for reclaimed wood. We could bring some books, but we don't really need any of that. I would guess that the next cabin is probably somewhere up here past these other rocks, but we've unlocked 2 cabins with 2 keys. They said something about there being 3 keys, so I strongly suspect we do not have the right key for the cabin. Also, I know we're a little hungry, but there is cooked wolf meat back at the other location. We can also make tomato soup if we can find a place to build a fire. I find myself hoping that this forest talker has waited until the middle of the night and moved on. And that this cabin is a little more suited to longer term habitability. But maybe they'll just let us in and we can talk. We didn't try and break into their house. They looked at their stuff. We played fair. I'm going to put this weapon away. Wait. He's gone. He is gone. Okay.
Let's see if they left anything useful.
You think he was a prisoner? Okay, so my hopes are immediately dashed. I don't see any sort of an oven in here. Books.
I could use this.
I'll search this trunk. I do see something on the table, so we'll consider it. All right. We'll leave the toque, but all right, what do we have here? Deerskin pants. Warm, supple, and tough, offers a great combination of mobility and warmth. Wear these to feel like the Mad Max of the North. They are heavy, 2 kilos. I suspect all the animal stuff is very good and very, very heavy. Forest Talker note. Thank you for helping me. Not everybody would have done that. I left this item for you. It belonged to my friend, and hopefully you'll be able to make use of it. Maybe our paths will cross again. I hope so. I already suspect our path is going to cross with the man that we did not kill. The man that we did not get a knife from. Methuselah may have something to say at some point in time. When we ran into him before, he said that we had shown somebody mercy. I will tell you for sure that I am starting to suspect some sort of time travel shenanigans are still afoot. I've already told you before that it makes no sense that we have been here for as little time as we have, and for Astra to be so far ahead of us, for the world to have been devastated. They gave us no clue that these kinds of things existed beforehand. We seem to be rather clueless about all of it. So I kind of suspect more of the same is happening. I still think that Methuselah may be us from the future.
I think I can use this.
All right, emergency stim. We've never used the emergency stims. Let's refresh ourselves on what they are. An emergency steroid injection. They will provide a short burst of energy, but then you'll collapse from exhaustion. Use it as a last resort. So when we were stumbling around desperately after our wolf attack, and we found our way into the cabin where we found the convict. Or when we first tried to play, and we died near the first radio tower. Something like that, perhaps. Let's look at these deerskin pants, though. I bet they're in great condition, so let's compare them to what we've got. Okay, so double the weight. But triple the armor, 60% water protection, 4 times the amount of wind protection, and still warmer. What about compared to these combat pants? They are basically a more windproof, more armored, more everything version of the combat pants. Okay, so we got 75 kilos back, or 0.75 kilos back from not wearing the work pants, right? So that puts us 0.75 ahead of where we were. If we look at these, we're going to drop these. These are 0.75 as well. So by wearing these, we are only taking a penalty of 0.5 kilogram more than we had before. So I'm going to wear these. I actually like the look of the combat pants here, but let's see what these look like on us. I think I prefer the combat pants. The pockets and everything kind of match this. Now, if we make a wolfskin jacket and a rabbit hat and everything else like that, then we might go for crazy old, hunter dude. But for right now, there we are. Warmth bonus of 25 Celsius. Windproof bonus of 0.8. Protection 24%. Our sprint is really starting to come down on us. That's fine. We could honestly probably start dropping clothing, given how warm everything else is. Like, we don't necessarily need this. 0.15 versus 0.1 from this, and for half the weight. I mean, I could totally do that. I don't know if it's ultimately worth it. I think the wool sweater is still better than this thin sweater, but you see where I'm coming from, right? Since this is basically double this, I could get rid of these thermal underwear as long as I'm wearing this one. I don't want to. What I want to do is I want to find whatever is impacting my running the most. 0%, minus 5%. Those are minus 1. Oof. Okay. So that's kind of a big problem with the deerskin pants. Those might be great for whenever we go face the bear? I don't know. We're going to keep them because I don't want to make them again, but I think we are going to go back to wearing this. I just don't want to lose that much of my sprint. These don't let me lose any sprint. Minus 3, but these have been the greatest boots that we've ever found, so we're not going to do anything about those. Minus 0, minus 1. So this is all great. This is not what's impairing me at all. Minus 3, minus nothing, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. 2.5. That means it's about 1 Celsius per percent that it's bothering us. That actually makes wearing 2 of these probably better than wearing the Mackinac. But if we wore the Mackinac on its own, it's obviously superior. If we can come across a new ski jacket, we might ditch the Mackinac. Even though we would lose a little bit of protection. And then nothing from these at all. So of our 13% that we're missing, 3 from the greatest gloves of all time, 2%, 3%. So I mean, that's 8 right there. 9. 10. And then there's the 13. All right. What can we get rid of? We're still carrying a bunch of things. We can refuel our lantern. No point in carrying stuff around that we're not necessarily going to use. We'll drop one of these cans. It's about time to eat and drink. I am going to go ahead and drop the thin wool sweater. I'll put it right up here on the table. Somebody else can use it. Excuse me? You're my lantern, right? Yeah. Why are you on the floor? That's not where I want you. Okay. And we are doing all right with regards to food and beverage. This is kind of weighing us down. So, what we'll do is we'll head back to base. I don't know that there's anything else that we need to check out over here that we can check out right now. There's these fishing huts, of course. I think it may be better to look at this supply cache, this other abandoned watchtower over here, and then somewhere down here in this lake area. We'll probably come straight across, work our way up, and then decide whether it's better to go on towards the logging camp or return home. It's going to be a lot of moving, so let's go eat exactly one piece of delicious cooked wolf meat that we've left out in the snow. Wolf jerky? Wolf... I don't know. It doesn't seem to have frozen. Eat it. Oh, it's definitely made us thirsty, though. Now, we are hearing crows. Ah, they're just flying away. Okay. Lots of deer out there. Let's just have some water. Nothing's warm, so nothing's really going to preserve us. I am still deeply curious about coming and checking out whatever's over here, but we're going to ignore it for now. We need to make our way back. And we are already overburdened. Across the lake, I don't mind scaring the deer over in the direction of the wolves. Or at least that's where the wolves have all been before. One, two... Maybe there's only 4 or 3. That one looks like it's collapsed. Alright, we're gonna advance. I want to see if this is a broken one. No, 1, 2, yeah, 3. It appears to have been destroyed. Right? Or is that ice? Nope, there it is. There's the 4th one that we saw before, and then that one, which has got a door on it. And no wolves? Okay. There's the other ones, and there is one last cabin over there. Alright, when we find the key, which I'm sure we'll come across eventually, when we find the key, we'll come back over this way and we'll check the other huts and stuff like that. I find it interesting that fishing is actually really good for feeding us. But you would want to have somewhere safe to eat it, or have a very, very close, I don't know, camp of some sort? This cabin, I feel like it's kind of meant to be our home. That's how I feel. Alright, so lots of cattails here. I don't think we need them. See if we can kind of follow this back way. Yep, Nothing really secret back there, just a way to avoid any wolves that might be out there on the ice, it looks like. Mystery Lake does not seem to be inclined towards good weather. That's what we're finding. It is all about the fog. I wonder if the game does that because that's just how it is here. Or if it's some sort of function of how good our gear is, or how many days that we've played and how long we've survived. I know nothing about the mechanics of how the game runs the world. Does seem to maybe be clearing a little bit. We are getting enough direct light that we are casting shadows now. Alright. Any wolves? Don't see any. Alright. We are home. We will definitely heat up the coffee this time. Please be cured. 85%. Still need some time. Okay. That's going to be probably 2 more days. Maybe 3? I want to say that it was like about 11% from dropping it on the floor and going to sleep for a few hours, so it actually may not even be that long. Alright, deerskin pants we will be putting away. Medical supplies we'll wind up putting away. The cedar firewood we can drop. I forgot that we were carrying 3 pieces of fir firewood. We already have 1 in here, so we can drop it. That literally weighs nothing, so it merits us nothing to get rid of it. Oh, we had just a little bit of the wolf meat left over. That's fine. Not a problem, really. Okay. Let's go downstairs real quick. We're gonna make... Yeah, we're gonna make a little bit of a fire. I should have some sticks. Perfect. 75%. All I want to do is feed it some sticks. That way we can heat up some coffee, take a little bit of energy with us, a little bit of warmth with us, because we are going to make quite the trek.
Didn't that work?
Well, it did not work, because sometimes it doesn't. It did use our match, it did not use our stick. Oh, good to know that's how it goes. Dang it.
Come on.
But I'm still okay with this. I'm not bothered by it. We have so many matches that this is more of a penalty on time than it is on anything else. And we're still holding off on hunting deer until we actually get a side quest to do so, because I feel so strongly that that's a thing that's probably going to happen. Sticks. 1, 2 sticks. That should be plenty. Cook coffee. Just heat that back up for me if you would. Actually, that's great. If you don't have to brew it, the heat up only takes a few minutes. That's really nice. Alright, we're going to drop. Those are so heavy. We will keep, I guess, the 1 piece of firewood. I have a lot of accelerant. Drop 3 of them. And we'll just drink our coffee. Delicious coffee. They gave us energy, that gave us a little bit of food. They gave us the warming up bonus. fatigue bonus. Alright. We're doing great. Now, we just need to put some things away that we don't need to take with us. Let's look at our food supplies here that we don't need to take. Oh hell, we'll eat the last little bit of wolf meat as we go. We can put the soup up. I guess we'll put up the peaches. The crackers are actually really good. Crackers are even more efficient than the energy bar, but they require water. They are 600 calories for 0.1. We will put up... Yeah, we're going to put up the MRE. I need to start eating some of these energy bars and things as we go about. So we're down to 30.74. That's great. That is fantastic. And it'll go down a little bit when I put up some of these other medical supplies. We'll get rid of these other antibiotics. These other painkillers. So we didn't really lose a whole lot more. We'll get rid of one of these emergency stims. I don't really use all that many emergency stims. We have no extra pieces of clothing on us, which is great. Plenty of food. Tools. We have so many tools. Alright, time to get out of here. We've got to get going. Okay, so we are going to try and cut basically straight across and get to this lake and then work our way up here and up here. And we're just past noon. I think we'll be okay. I am going to switch to the flare gun. It's actually thinking I should probably pick up some more flares, but we'll switch to the flare gun for now. I have no intention of actually shooting at wolves with hitting them. There was also a burned out building that we saw when we came this way, I think. Maybe it was further down the map. It may have been further down the map. That's fine, though. There's several interesting places to go here, and I think we'll be spending the night at the logging camp. That's my goal. Okay. You know what? We're gonna spend some of our energy to sprint. Not a lot, just to help us move. Right now, we're at a reduced penalty to our stamina, so I feel like it's probably the right time to run. But maybe it just means it drains less passively. Oh, there we go. It expired. Okay, so we're coming close. I am just gonna come up. I don't see anything over here. I hear a bunch of wolves. Great. Alright, let's get the high ground. They are probably down along that river. But I can't be sure. What do you guys think? Maybe if we come down around under this, it won't be such a big deal. If they really are down there on the river. Well, we couldn't go any higher, so... Alright, there's a nice limb out there, should we need it. There are no animals here. Interesting. No signs of civilization. I don't want to keep going that much. I want to get over this thing. I don't want to keep going that far south. We're not going to visit Jeremiah. That's, what, tools? Huh. There is a burning fire, which is usually only a thing I see with Methuselah. But there's a corpse of some sort. And it is out there on some sort of a pond. Okay. Do you see any? I see some sort of a blind over there. Do not see any wolves moving around. Well, somebody was here recently. Very recently, if the fire's still going. Unnamed pond. Is it an infinite fire? Yeah.
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
A knife. Letter for Hank's niece. Dear Angela, that was the H and A from before. You know I always told you that a time might come where you'd need to hide out for a while? I figured it might be because of the quake, but I didn't really think about how bad things might get on Great Bear later on. It doesn't matter what the reason is. If you ever need to hide out for a while, if things get too bad for you in the city, or when you're visiting your mom here on the island, use this to get into the supply cache I've got set up. I know. Your mom told you Uncle Hank was a crazy old coot and to stay away from me, but too much research on the internet, right? All those crazy prepper sites. Well, I won't say it to you, but I'll say it to her next time I see her. Told you so. Your loving Uncle Hank.
Well. What do we have here?
And Hank's lockbox key. But I think that might be Angela. Feel a little bad. She got out here and it was too cold, maybe? She left a knife, which is kind of grim. But there's no blood, and the game has not been shy about showing us blood, so I don't think she did it to herself. I think she just froze. The fire was only offering us 8 degrees of warmth. Just not enough when it's really cold out here. Hello, Deer Hunting Magazine. I knew you had to exist. Hunt and kill a stag, you bet.
This stuff will come in handy.
5 rounds of ammunition. Some dog food, I'll take it. A bandage, you bet. Okay, this was definitely worth coming out here. I think we'll commit a rather cardinal sin when it comes to hunting. We are going to... We probably won't do anything with our kill. Okay. A bit far. Maybe we can spare a little warmth to harvest a little meat, but I don't know what we're going to run into out here. Hello, sir. I need what you've got. Damn! We missed. Well, we don't want to hit on the run. We'll just wait. Yeah, we missed a little bit. If we had skills, I would suspect the more of these that we shot, the better, but... There we go. Deerskin pants and deerskin boots. Okay. Hi, buddy. So how much meat is normally on you? 8 kilos. Alright, we're leaving the hide. About 1 kilo of meat is a meal for us. Alright, I'll spend 200 calories to take 4. Half. We'll leave half to the wolves.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully we don't have to leave it for the bears. Oh, crap. Is that a cave? That's a cave. We're leaving. Let's keep heading north. Across the pond here. Somehow we've got to be able to get to that watchtower that's up there, but this is putting us in the direction of this cache. So that's what we're heading for. We might be able to come back for that at some point, but... We've got food. We're suffering from a little bit of weight. I don't really want to carry more of it. We smell delicious. And I see a cabin. That's a little bit late. Or a little bit early, I guess, to be spending the night. But... might be a good place to cook this food. And there's a cabin and there's a little building there, but the door does seem to be open. Stones. Door's open. Let's check the outhouse here. Can't open it. I'm glad those are all stones instead of droppings. This seems like a great place to stay. There's deer nearby. I think we saw some rabbits.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Ah, but the same old problem. Nowhere to cook. Hello, MRE, though. Great. Well, that definitely means that we're hanging on to the raw meat longer than I wanted to hang on to the raw meat. Or we could drop it on the ground out there. It's not really a problem. So there is just not a lot in here. Peanut butter.
Food or...
It's not high quality food. I mean, peanut butter's delicious, don't get me wrong, but it was at 32% quality. But it's food. And we have an extra knife, which is also causing us a little bit of weight. Let's look at eating. What can we eat? There's only 15 calories in this wolf meat. We're gonna finish it up. And then we are going to eat the crackers. Lots of calories from those. We'll get ready to drink some beverage here in a moment. Yeah, we got plenty of water. And I guess we'll have a little bit of beef jerky just to top off. And then we will drink some lovely potable water. Melted snow. It's as good as you're gonna get. Really can't get anything nicer these days. Can you get anything nicer? Before everything went to hell, too. Right? Everybody sells their fancy water. Their glacier water and everything. Too good for tap water. Ha! Kids these days. Okay, so we found a little thing that's right here. This cabin seems to be alright. Up here must be the clear cut. You know what we don't want to find? Is a bear. But let's head that direction. We'll drop the meat if we have to. We'll shoot something if we have to.
It will lead you back to me.